I think some of the misconceptions around the flipped classroom are that, if I'm not really good at technology, I can't flip my classroom. And that's not true. The reason that we just simply reverse our or invert our instructional process is because we want to offer more support for students. So if we're going to share information, with students outside of class to get them ready to practice, we can share that information however we see fit, whether it's a web video or maybe an audio recording or maybe a paper you want them to review or even a PowerPoint that you did and you want them to look it over. One of the things that we want you to understand is the misconceptions around the flipped classroom are really built around people's own perception of it. They don't fully understand why you flip, and that's the reason that we go over that. Is that we want people to clearly understand the reason that you flip your classroom is not because you want to say that, oh, I'm this innovative teacher that uses technology. No, you might be an innovative teacher who uses technology in order to create value for your students. That could be true. But the reason you use the flipped classroom is to use it as a tool in order to create a classroom that gives more support for students in their student learning. That's the reason that you do it, and that's the value behind it. And I think and if you understand that that's the value proposition, then you can work most innovatively using the flipped classroom. I think that many people in many companies have associated themselves with the technologies that are sometimes involved with the flipped classroom and saying, well, I don't use those technologies. I'm not good at web video. I don't want to do video. I don't want to do certain things within the technology end of it. So I don't want to flip my class. Well, it has nothing to do with the technology. The reason you flip your class is to create a environment in which you fully support your students in their learning process. How you do that, what you do, is based on three things: technology availability sometimes, skills that you have, conditions in which your students learn in, all those things. And so you don't need any technology to flip your class. I can simply share information with my students in a number of ways and still have them come in and practice with me. That's flipping the ends of our whatever information and however we share it, and actually where we do the practice. That's the mechanics of a flipped classroom. And so the misconceptions around the flipped classroom were just, oftentimes the people who had technologies like screen capture technologies and so forth would come in and say, we can flip your class with our technology. Yeah, you can, but it doesn't define what the flipped classroom is. And that's the difference you know, in some of these tech companies that took advantage of the flipped classroom because they seen how their technology fit with the methods that we were actually using, and so a lot of them took advantage of that. And so, but what I'm here to say is that it has nothing to do with technology; it has everything to do with support. And so, the real value is the support that you give students within the flipped classroom, and then the process that you take once they're with you. That's where we're going to get into next is we need to set up a process in which we're actually developing skill sets for the 21st century, defining what is value within our classroom, and then choosing the tools in which we're going to that are most effective in developing those types of skill sets and so forth.